Hello, welcome everyone. Meowdy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to do a tier list. We're doing another tier list. It's tier list day. We are halfway through season 6. So I thought, okay, now's a good time as any to do another tier list because we did one at the beginning of the season and everything has changed. Everything has changed. You know, the patch notes, the nerfs and buffs has changed everything. And not to mention, we now have Ursula and Eve, and we've play tested them. We've got them to Diamond. We have them around level 25, 35. Things are still subject to change with those characters, of course, but, you know, we will do our best to place them. So, yeah. Oh, if you don't know who I am, I'm a streamer. I've been playing since season 3. We're trying to get up on the ranked leaderboards. We're trying to do our best. I stream here and on YouTube. We also stream private matches and, you know, regulated and all that stuff. We have some fun. If you want to be notified, you know, be sure to subscribe or to follow. We're going to be posting more videos here on YouTube as well. Some speculative videos about next season or just future seasons in general. I want to make some more buffs and nerfs videos, or maybe even some more guides like time trials or something. If you have any ideas, please let me know. Please let me know, and I'll definitely consider it because I need some new ideas. But let's get into it. Oh, and quickly, this tier list, it's just because we're high up on the leaderboards, it doesn't mean it is correct. It is not. No tier list is fundamentally correct. Your tier list is going to be different to mine. This is obviously going to be different to the community tier list that Skyliner managed to, make up based on a lot of different people's feedbacks. I'm going to shut my phone up because that's annoying. But yeah, no tier list is correct. So your tier list will be different to mine. You might have different opinions, and that's completely fine. It's going to also depend on your level, because you might have different characters at different levels, and I might have different characters at different levels. So if I do get to a character and you might think, oh, why are they there? I might say, oh, they're under-leveled. That's why they're there. Or maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. I'd like this video to be relatively quick. So we'll see what we can do. I don't want it to be an hour long like last time, and I don't want to go into too many details, but we'll see what we can do. So let's begin. So, as you can see here, this tier list. This was our previous tier list. This was my previous tier list from the beginning of the season. This was not the season 5 tier list, but this was the season 5 tier list plus what I speculated to be the placements for characters after the patch notes in the beginning of season 6. So that's why some people have been placed in some odd locations. We've even got Ursula and Eve there, even though they weren't out, in the beginning of the season. So let's begin with some changes. Let's do it. So first big change, Figment at the bottom. Figment is no longer a D tier character. Figment got some buffs. He's no longer the worst character in the game. We actually know who the worst character of the game is. Well, actually, I have to preface and say this. Hortensia is not the worst character in the game. However, she is considered the most buggiest, the most broken character at the moment. And not in a good way. Not a broken good way. She kind of sucks. Her abilities don't work properly. Mainly her shields. The shields do not work properly. You can still get hit. You can still waste them. They need to fix it. They need to do some changes. Once they do some changes, she will probably move up somewhere. She'll probably move up to the C tier, but no higher than this. She's nowhere near the B tier. She is not a good character in general, I do not think. I cannot place her any higher than the C tier, unfortunately. But just to make a point for Gameloft, she's going to be the worst character in the game because she is the most buggiest and they need to fix her. So we're going to leave her there. We're going to make it consistent with the community tier list as well, just to really make the point of how bad she is. So let me have a quick look. Who's next? Who's next? So we've got Mowgli. Mowgli is the next character. He's still relatively bad. He's still bad. His wolves are relatively slow. He doesn't get enough boost from his wolves when they are next to him. That probably needs to be adjusted. Honestly, Jasmine got so many buffs this season. Jasmine is kind of like Mowgli. We're going to get to Jasmine later. The buffs that Jasmine got probably should have went to Mowgli. Let's be real. let's be real. Mowgli should pretty much have the buffs that Jasmine has at the moment. I don't know why they decided to give it all to Jasmine, but Mowgli needs some love. He's still here. He's still in the D tier. He needs something. Probably just some more boost or something, or maybe more top speed. Something. He definitely needs something. The next character is Mulan. The way we're gonna do this is I'm just gonna sort of drag and drop them so you can see where I've placed them in the past and where I think they are now. So I've got 2 tier lists. You can't see the other one, but I'm just switching between them. We have another one. We have a new character in the D tier. It's Lilo. Some people think Lilo is the worst character in the game at the moment. Some people think Lilo's here. She probably is. She honestly probably is. I just don't think I can put her there. The reason I don't put her there is because I've got better crew members for her. So maybe she's here. She could be here. She's pretty bad now. She got a nerf with the trail, but she doesn't really have much else going for her. She has the pictures that she takes, but they don't really give her much boost. It's kind of like Ariel. Ariel gets more speed depending on how many stacks she has, but not nearly as much as as Lilo. Lilo barely gets anything, and now her trail is just slow. It's the same as how it's always been. It's just, I don't know. People think she's probably one of the worst characters in the game, and she probably is. Keep in mind, a lot of these characters are very, very hard to say, oh, this character's better than this one. Sometimes it's going to be very, very difficult for me, because it is obviously, different depending on who you're versing and what levels you're versing and all this stuff. So, who do I think is next? Oh, easy. This is an easy one. Ready? Minnie. Hello, Minnie Mouse. So she's come down. She is, she got a nerf. I don't know why she got a nerf. She sucks. She pretty much sucks. You could argue that she is C tier, maybe, because she does give a little bit of speed when she uses her shield or just her abilities in general. But she did not need this speed nerf. She did not need it. I don't know why they reduced her speed. They got to redo it. They gotta revert that nerf. She's probably worse than Daisy, which is my next character, by the way. Is my next character. We have Daisy. But actually Daisy's probably in C. She's probably a little bit better. Yeah. I think Minnie's worse than Daisy now, believe it or not. Daisy sucked. She still sucks. She's got very low top speed. Same with Minnie. Low top speed with Mulan. Low top speed. It's low top speed. You see a trend here, don't you? There's a trend with low top speed. There's actually a trend. It's interesting because a lot of the good characters that have low top speed, for instance, does Mickey have low top speed? I think Oswald might have low top speed. Mike does as well. But there's a lot of characters that have low top speed, but they have an ability that gives them more speed, like Ariel. Actually, no, Ariel's got speed. No, she does have low top speed, but she has an ability that gives her more speed. Yeah. So you can notice a trend here. A lot of characters just do not have the speed to keep up. So that is our new bottom tier. What we're going to do is, I wonder if I can just... wonder how I'm going to do this. So, okay, so we will... I don't want to... Let's just move them up to here like this, and we'll come back to them. Let's do that. This is our new bottom tier. This is my new bottom tier. These characters suck, and I would not play them. I really want to put Daisy in there too, I really, really do. I think she sucks, but she might be here. Minnie could be here as well, honestly. It's hard to... It's hard to place them. But just to make a point, they need to revert Minnie's nerf. Woody's not too bad, but you need to have good crew for him before he actually starts to get fast. Actually, we could move him up. I think I might move Jafar here. Actually, no, he is moved up. What am I talking about? No, he is definitely higher. Hang on a sec. Who is the next character? Oh, I see. I see. So what we're going to do is Hades. He's still here. So he hasn't moved much. He's a little bit faster. He's a little bit better than these characters. He's got more top speed. I think he still sucks. His ability is still too finicky because depending on which version you use, you either have to pass people or let them pass you, depending on which one you use. It's too restrictive. I don't think it should be like that. I think it should just be, you pick whichever one you want to be, whether it's speed or damage, And if someone is next to you, it activates. It should always just activate. There shouldn't be a, oh, if they go past you, it activates. Or if you go past them, it activates. No, just activate. It's just like, why is it so picky? It shouldn't be picky. Who's next on? Oh yeah, Jafar. Jafar's there. He's got good top speed. He's got all right abilities, but I just think he's very vulnerable. Low handling. Top speed's not bad. I might have to try him some more. He could be, you know, next to Beast and Gantu and all of them. I just think he's not as good as them, and I'll get to the reasons why. Another character that's coming down, actually, we have Meg. Meg was in B. I used to love Meg, but she's slow. She is really, really slow. I love Meg. I love her invulnerability. I love her cloaks. I love her bombs. I love her fire. She's good at being defensive, but she is so slow. She's just so slow. And it's the trend, you know, low top speed, low top speed, low top speed. She's in the low top speed group. She sucks. She has nothing to make her go faster, basically. Who's next? Oh, okay. So I've brought someone down. You're probably going to think, why? I hate Mike. I don't know about anybody else, but I cannot stand Mike. We're in this, you know, he was good in season 1, as people say. He was even good in season 2. He was good in season 3 when I started playing, but he sucks. I'm telling you. His doors just suck, basically. They glitch out. They sometimes don't spawn. They can be destroyed very quickly. He has low top speed. He essentially Mike relies on his doors. If you don't get his doors, you lose. If you get his doors, you might win. You could win, depending on what star level he is. But you pretty much, most of the time, you're not going to be able to get into his doors because they just won't spawn. They won't teleport you. Sometimes you go into them and they don't teleport you. What else can I say? You could destroy your own doors with a shot. You could be stunned before a door. He's like a worse Aladdin. You know, Aladdin is fantastic. You get a boost instantly. Oswald, where's he? You get a boost instantly. Mike, you have to fight for it. You actually have to look at where the door is. You have to think, oh my God, is it in a good spot? Which one do I go through? Do I go through this one? Do I go through that one? Which one's gonna break? Ooh. It's just, he sucks, and I cannot put him any higher than B. I'm sorry. You might think he probably is a B. If you can utilize him properly, he is a B, but I'm sorry, but every time I use him, he gets absolutely obliterated. He is like a punching bag. You just cannot get anywhere, and I just do not like him. I think he needs to be fixed. Once his doors are fixed, like maybe make it so one door doesn't break, the other one does, or maybe everyone can go through your doors and it teleports you forward. I don't know. Once he gets a change, he will be back to maybe B or A, but he is very, very vulnerable, and he sucks at the moment. And that's pretty much it for my C tier, believe it or not. We'll move everybody else up. That's pretty much my new C tier. Everyone here is pretty much gone up. And I'll tell you why once we get to these characters. So who's next? Who's next? We have, okay, so not much change. We do have Jack. Jack's pretty good. If you use his ability, he's uncharged. You can get your spinning blade of death, whatever it is that he spins. It makes it so you get boost, manual boost back. You can have almost infinite boost with him, which is really good. I just don't think he's that interesting. I just don't know if he's that fast either. Yeah, he's a B. Yeah. Woody, here he is. Woody goes there. Not too much of a difference. A little bit better, I think. You know, he does have potential. If he grabs someone, if he hits you with his lasso, he goes flying. But if you don't have a shield, you could get stunned by, you know, their defensive abilities. He is quite vulnerable. So I can't really place him too much higher. I do think he's better than Jack, though. Who's next? Gaston. I think all of these characters here, I think, have moved up. So that actually places Gaston here. Gaston is actually better than I thought. But unfortunately, not enough for me to move him above many characters. His shot is quite good if you want to get people in front to get your stacks and to get another, you know, ability back. But I think it's actually better to use his charged version, because if you use his charged version, you will get essentially a longer boost. And I do like the fact that you can get boost whenever you want. And if you do decide that you want a longer boost, yeah, just charge it. I like it. I like Gaston. He's a bit vulnerable as well, but that's why I cannot put him any higher at this moment in time. We'll have to wait and see. You know, everyone is subject to change, as I said, because it all depends on level. Most of these characters down here are level 35, 35, 35, 35, 30, 35, 35, not 35. Mowgli's 40 and he's still stuck down here. The poor kid. Yeah. Belle. This is a shock, actually. Belle is quite good, but they nerfed her. They nerfed Belle. They nerfed Belle and Minnie, and I have no idea why. They did not need to nerf Belle's speed from the birds. I think this should be reverted. I think she is an epic character. Belle is a gosh darn good character, or she was, but she if you can place the furniture properly, it's fantastic. Although you pretty much do want to be using her birds, because she is one of those low top speed characters, but she can get top speed back. But they decided to nerf that. So I don't know why they decided to nerf it. She was only in B tier anyway. She wasn't even in A. Even if she was in A, there's no reason to nerf it. Why would you nerf a character that's... Like, I don't understand why they're nerfing and buffing characters that are just sitting in the middle. You may as well, like... If they're up here at S, sure, you can nerf them. If they're down here in D, sure, you can buff them, but I don't see why you would touch a character that's already decent. You know, just not even bad, just average, just good. It's just weird, just really, really weird. But she's there, unfortunately, she's gone down. What else? Who else, I should say? Next, we have... Donald. You're probably going to think, why is Donald here? I don't like Donald. Donald is one of those characters that have low top speed and no way to get more speed. I've spoken to this about with many other people. They think, oh, Donald's better than a lot of characters. I don't think so. I disagree. Every time I use Donald, he just cannot catch up. So the majority of the cast, like everybody in A, everybody in S, he just cannot catch up. We're in this top speed meta. It literally is a top speed meta. If you look at all these characters up here, there's no catching up. There's just no catching up. He has a shield, you know, it's fine, but it could be better. It could be definitely better, in my opinion. I think he could use a buff, to be honest. A little top speed buff. Actually, a lot of these characters here, like in the D and in the C, are pretty much the help me categories. Help me, I need a buff. Help me, we're weak and pathetic. We need help. This is the C and D category. I'm going to make a video eventually about these characters that I think do need a buff in some way. We'll do that. We'll do that soon, actually. Maybe after this video, we'll do a buffs and nerfs sort of thing that I think should happen. But let me know what you guys think, because I know a lot of people think Mickey is worse than Donald. I disagree. I think Minnie is so easy to level up because he's a free character, and it does, like, it's a little unfair. It's a little bit biased. But he gets speed whenever he wants speed. He gets invulnerability whenever he wants invulnerability. He never ends. He's essentially infinitely boosting. It just keeps going. And you look at Donald and it's like, he doesn't get that. You get one shield and you're out. And no real speed boost. You can get a little bit of a speed boost when you lose the shield, but does not compare to Mickey, in my opinion. So the next person. We have, let me just switch over to the other one, make some comparisons. So we have Randall. Where's Randall? I cannot put Randall any higher than this. I've leveled up my Randall, I've got him to 35, and you know what? He's kind of good. He's actually not as bad as I thought he was. However, I can't put him higher because he has issues. He does have issues. He does have problems with desync. If you don't get right up in someone's grill, you do not get your screams. Not to mention if someone is immune, or if they've just got stunned and they've got iframes, even though you're not stunning them, you still do not get your screams. So you could be going through 100 people and not get a single scream because they all have iframes at that current moment, or maybe they're just not there for some reason. I cannot put him any higher, even though he's amazing. He has issues, and I think it needs to be slightly tweaked. Slightly tweaked. Who's next? Mickey. Mickey moves down a little bit because people have just moved up. people have just moved up. Mickey's average, we spoke about him. He's like the middle of the road. And then of course we have Goofy, who I just think is better, a little bit better than Mickey. He has a shield. He has a mini Buzz rocket, which really makes him amazing. He's like Buzz's Padawan, basically. Padawan. Get back up there, Buzz. He's good. He has a shield. He has decent speed. He has decent handling. And he's just really cool. I like him. I like Goofy. Goofy's fun. Goofy's, I think, like, even though we have high-level Mickeys, I think Goofy still outperforms him if you have a high-level Goofy. I still believe that. Next, we have Eric. So a lot of people think that Triton and Eric. Where's Triton? Triton. A lot of people think Triton and Eric. A lot of people think Eric is better than Triton. I disagree. I said from the start, I think Triton's going to be the Hans of this season. Because Hans was like competing with Anna. And I said, oh, Hans is going to be better than Anna. Which she is now. Not to toot my horn or anything. He's much better than Anna now. Jesus. I just think, I think Triton is going to be better. I think he will be in the long run. It's going to be, subject to change once we get to the end of the season. Eric does have really good top speed, but every character this season has top speed except for Eve. But, Ursula has speed, Triton has speed, Eric has speed, Ariel has speed, and she's not even, she has low top speed, but because she basically gains speed, they all have top speed. They're all insane characters, don't get me wrong. I do think Eric would get a slight nerf though, because his boat is gosh darn insane. It's insane, let's be real. It's a friggin' insane ability and probably needs a slight tweaking because it's very, very annoying. It's a very annoying boat to have to avoid every few seconds. It'd be nice if it just went in the middle of the track like Mowgli's wolves, but I mean, what I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. But then we have Beast. Beast has moved up, believe it or not. He got a buff, I think, in his handling. So, yeah, he's just better. He's just so much better. He does, I can't put him any higher, though. A lot of people I've seen, a lot of, professionals or veterans, I should say, have put him in the A tier. I cannot put him in the A tier because I think he's being held back by a couple things. One is the small tracks, the small short tracks. If you get a small short track that's only 2 laps, getting 3 charges of his ability is essentially impossible. It's a GG from the beginning. Like, what's a short track? You know that Lilo and Stitch track where you spawn just above the fire and it's only 2 laps and it's like zigzaggy? He's not going to win on that. Like, what do you want to do? He's not going to get all 3 of his charges. It's a map where you don't get any abilities anyway. Even in his home map in the castle, there's versions, like, you pretty much don't get many abilities in that on that map at all. So you kind of need 3 of his abilities. If you don't get it, you're pretty much not going to win. And that's actually the same with Randall. That's another reason why I've placed Randall here. Oh gosh, was he there? I hope so. I think it's absolutely stupid that you can go a full race with Randall and Beast and not get your ability. Yes, you are technically getting it, but you're not getting the full benefit of it. It'd be the same as if, it's almost the same. It's almost like if gosh darn Jumba didn't get his friggin' gun. Imagine playing as one of the top characters. Imagine playing any other character and not getting their ability. That's essentially what Randall and what's his name? Beast. They are good, but the thing is though, they are good without their abilities, but they really need their abilities to be in the A tier, and I just cannot consistently put them, you cannot consistently get them, so I cannot put them there at this moment in time, unless they get a change or something. Unless they change the maps and make the maps 3 or 4 laps, that could definitely change the meta, that's for sure. But I do think Gantu is better than Beast. I think Gantu's better than Beast because Gantu gets his ability more consistently. It's really hard to avoid, not to mention the puddles that come from it basically teleport. They literally teleport before your eyes and stun you. But he also gets immunity. He gets immunity and he gets the rush. He gets the rush in the beginning of the race. He has top speed, low handling like Beast, but he gets immunity. You can go inside your puddles and get immunity, which is why I've put him above Beast, because if you look at the top here, you've got Buzz, Jumba, Genie, Blue. You've got all these characters with shields, That's why, yeah, that's why Gantu's above. So who's next? What is the next change? Oh, Oswald. Hello, Oswald. So you're probably thinking, wait, Oswald's only here? Well, just wait. We have Oswald, we have Wally, and then we have, sorry, Steamboat Mickey, you have fallen off in my personal opinion. You have fallen off. And let's just move all these up, I suppose. Yes, so Steamboat Mickey, he's pretty much fallen off. Like, don't get me wrong, he's got really good top speed now. He got a buff, and now he gets almost infinite boost. I just don't think he's as good as someone like Olaf, which I'll put right here, which we're going to compare the two because they're pretty much the same. I think Olaf is just so much better, but the problem is it is hard to tell because he's a mid-season character. That's another thing. These three here are mid-season characters. So once we have decent crew for them, we can judge them better. Although, yes, Mickey is in the Mickey collection, so I suppose he is a little bit better, but I don't have him at 4-star, so I cannot compare him to Olaf yet. You might think he's A tier still. I think he'd probably be at the bottom of A or at the top of B. That's why I've got in there. But I do think once you have crew for Wally, I reckon Wally could be here and Oswald could be there. They are really, really... They're just so fast. They are really, really fast characters. When they first came out, I thought, they're not that good. They are so fast. You know, that's basically... Oswald's basically Aladdin. Wally has the same issue that Baloo does when you place down your fruit and people can steal it. I do not recommend using that ability. A lot of people use it and I'm like, I don't know why you just use that. You've essentially given me the win. I think just using his fire extinguisher is his best asset. It's his best ability. Sorry if I'm speaking so fast, by the way, because I want to make this a relatively quick video. I don't want to make it an hour or so long like it used to be. So that, in my opinion, even though they are incredibly strong, we can just leave it like that for now, because I think it will end up like this in the future. And I do think Hortensia, once she's fixed, will be moved to here. I cannot see her being better than Hades, even though I hate Hades. I think she sucks. I think Hortensia sucks. This will probably be the tier list. She'll probably be there once she's fixed. Again, for the second time, my gosh. Now we move on to the A tier, and you're probably thinking, hang on a minute. I think you've forgotten a couple of characters here. No, I haven't. Trust me. I have not forgotten anyone. But what I am going to do, I am going to put Eve down here and Ursula down here, because we're going to come back to these two characters. So you're probably looking at this going, hang on. What is this purple dragon doing here? What's Spyro's brother? What is Spyro the Dragon's brother doing here? I'm telling you right now, Figment is God tier. No, he's not. He's not S tier. God tier is like up here. Figment is so good. He is so good now. He got a buff and he's amazing. Where would I put him? All right, I'll do a little bit. Okay, so we got, you know, Olaf's here. He sort of fell off a little bit. He's got more boost now, but less shield, which I think is a little bit sucky. He was really good before. He was much better than this before. He's been slightly nerfed because I think the shield issue kind of is not in his favor. Plus, you could just sit in his trail. Same with Mickey. You could just sit in the trail and just chill. Like, yes, it slows you down, but it's better than what it was. It's nowhere near as powerful. And your snowballs you can jump over. But who else? We have Stitch, we have Angel, and I'm going to, for now, put Triton here. So Stitch has fallen off. I cannot comfortably put him any higher. I genuinely think Angel's better than Stitch. I just find Angel to be more consistent. She's consistent because she gets slowdown. She has fantastic handling. She has pretty much infinite, you can get infinite immunity, invulnerability. I think she's better than Stitch. When I play Stitch, I feel like I'm going to lose. And not to mention his lasers aren't as good. It's up to, you know, people might switch this around. People might think Stitch is better than Elizabeth or something. I'm going to put it like this. This is just my opinion at the moment. Things could change. Just based off the races that I've been doing with these characters, I think I'm having better luck with Angel than I am with Stitch, than I am with Olaf. And when it comes to Triton, Triton is very low level for me, but I think he could be up here. Triton could be up here. Triton is kind of like Sully, because once you get in the lead, you can have infinite boost with your ability. If you send your wave backwards all the time, you can get infinite boost because he's a brawler. The issue is, though, his other ability kind of sucks. His other ability sucks, man. But not only that, his wave doesn't really slow people down too much. It sort of just pushes you. So maybe he's not going to be near Pete and all them, but I do think he will be at least in A somewhere. He could be in S eventually, but I do think for now he's in A. And then we have Figment. So Figment, I'll tell you why Figment is here. So there is a reason why Figment is here. So not only did he get a buff where if you use your ability, either it be Trail or his uncharged version, you basically get a star for free. If you can get more people, you can get more stars, of course. But because you can get 1 star for free, it's essentially like Sully. You can get infinite boost with Figment, and he is amazing. The only downside to Figment is his vulnerability. He's a very squishy character. You can hit him very easily. He has barely any shields, so that's why I cannot put him higher. But, I mean, you know, it's kind of like the same with Sully. Sully has the same issue. Sully's incredibly fast, but you can stun him. And the same with Aladdin, actually. You know, Aladdin's here, like in the S tier. He is incredibly fast, but he doesn't have many shields. That's why Figment is here. If Figment could consistently get more stars, he would be higher. But I will put him here because what you can do is once you've ran out of boost, you can then pop your uncharged. You don't have to do the trail. You can do the trail if you want to get more stars, but if you want to instantly get boost, just do the uncharged version and you will instantly get 1 star, and that'll give you basically your top speed. And then while you've got that ability, while you've got your top speed, you can do a couple of drifts, get your manual boost back, and then just do it again. The cycle repeats. He gets so much speed and boost. It's insane. And if you get more stars, he is disgusting. He is disgustingly good. Also, I will say, I completely forgot to mention this. I do have crew members for him. So I pulled on his box. I don't have insane crew members, but you have to keep in mind that if you don't have crew members for him, yes, he will be a B tier character. But if you do have crew members, if you have like 1, 2, or 3, he is really, really good. And the crew members I do have for him, I don't know if I can show you right now, if I remember to bring up a pop-up or something. It's equivalent to a seasonal character. It's not busted or anything. It's not maxed out. It's just, you know, it's just literally this average. And he's at A tier. He's insane. Get Figment, invest in Figment. I want you to try him out. I reckon everyone should try him out. And I want to hear your guys' opinions because I love him. He's my favorite character to play, honestly. He's just so fun. I love how he's gone from literally last place all the way up to here. Arguably in B tier, but it depends for everyone. I love him. I love him so much. So that's why he's in A tier for me. And then, of course, we got Jessie. She's moved down a little bit. She's not as strong. There's not much to say about her. We've got Elizabeth, who Look, my Elizabeth is stronger than my Jessie. That is why I'm putting Elizabeth first. You might think Jessie's better than Elizabeth on an even playing field, and that might be true. But just for me, I think having consistent shields in this game is a lot more fun and easier to work with than gosh darn Jessie, who gets pushed around like... she gets a shield every now and again, but it's not the best in my opinion. She is... I'll put her there for now. And then we have, look at this, 2 new characters. Literally, I was gonna say brother and sister. They're not brother and sister. We have gosh darn, what's his name? We got Elsa and Kristoff. They've been buffed. They were in the B tier and now they're in A tier. They have been moved up. They are insane. They are both insane. I think Kristoff is better than Elsa personally, just because of the backwards ability. The backwards ability is busted, man. him throwing down those fiery logs or whatever it's called, they're insane. They are so annoying to go against. They need to be... Oh my god, if I could nerf them, I would. But, I mean, he's not the strongest character, but he's very strong. He is... That's very... I can't say that. He's very strong, but he's not the strongest. You know what I mean? He's not S, but he's fast is what I'm trying to say. You know, he's A tier. He's really good. Elsa's really good now too. Like you see them everywhere. You see Elsa's, you see Kristoff's, you see Anna's, you see Hans's. The Frozen season is cracked full of characters. They have just buffed the crap out of them. And I think it's not too bad. It's not too bad to shake up the meta here and there. And I think it's not a bad idea that they've done it. Next, we have Baloo. I was going to put Baloo in S, but after a couple of races, I actually was losing a little bit to mostly a lot of these characters that are in the A tier. So that's why I've got Baloo next. I think Baloo is a better Kristoff because he has shields all the time. He can go really fast. He has a way of speeding himself up with, you know, those fruit, even though you don't want to be using it unless you're in first. But I think he's better. I do think he is slightly better than Kristoff, and maybe things would change. Maybe he'll move up to S, but that's where I think he could go for now. I think Celia's really good. She gets shields all the time. She slows people down. Another character that's been buffed, who is next. So this is the order, ready? I think Hercules is fantastic. I think Shang is fantastic. Pete is fantastic as well. Pete was already A tier, but Hercules getting another buff and Shang getting an absolutely massive buff. These three characters are godlike. They are high speed characters, brawler, defender. I don't know which order they're in, but I find that I like Hercules more. Hercules is insane. His trail gives him immunity. It zigzags, so you can stun a bunch of people. You've got Shang, who's, you know, pretty much immortal all the time. Doesn't what did I say? Doesn't stun as many people, but he's very defensive. So he's very strong, very fast. You've got Pete, who is also very fast and also stuns a lot of people. Doesn't have as much defense, which maybe puts him here. But I do find myself winning more so with Pete. So it's very situational. I'm not sure what order to put these three in. But that's the order I've got them in at the moment. And that's where I'll just leave them. So next we have Anna and Bo Peep. Some people might put Anna and Bo Peep in S tier. For me, I cannot do that because my Bo Peep is just not as good as everyone else's Bo Peep. I started in season 3. I don't have good crew members for her. She's not as fast as like my cracked out Anna can be, but Anna did get a nerf. So she is slightly, I do think overall on a balanced playing field, she's slightly worse. My Anna personally is better than my Bo Peep, but I think she is here on a balanced playing field. And then we have the controversial topics that you all want to see and let's talk about. I'm going to make a video about this, about characters that need nerfs, but I think it's... let's do a little bit of rearranging. Okay, so first of all, Genie is better than Jumba. I know this because I have a level 50 Jumba and I can get smoked by a Genie. I can get smoked by a level 45 Genie. Genie, I'm not sure why. I think he has better... maybe boost management, or maybe because he can get all sorts of items, he has infinite boost, or maybe he's got better handling. He has about the same speed. I think, I'm not sure why. I think he is slightly faster because of handling. I'm not too sure, but he's definitely more consistent, especially with like Jumbo gets shields. He's amazing. I love him. I love Jumbo. He gets shields. He's strong, but a Genie is just more defensive. You just cannot hit a Genie. What else? We have... oh, okay. Aladdin got a small nerf. I'm going to put him here. He is just way too squishy. He is the lowest in this tier. He is so squishy. I'm almost tempted to put him in A, but I know he's incredibly good. But he's not the best character in the game. There was a community tier list where he was in the top tier. He was the best character in the game. I disagree with this 100%. He is not the best character in the game. If you're telling someone to go play Aladdin because they're the best character in the game, they're just gonna friggin' die. They're gonna get absolutely destroyed, like as if they're playing Mike. It's like, I don't understand. Why am I getting destroyed as I'm playing Aladdin? I thought you said he was good. Aladdin gets destroyed sometimes. You know, he's not consistent. How could you put a non-consistent character in S? You know what I mean? But I suppose we're about to. We're about to be putting a non-consistent character up there. I just think he's just way too... He's way too fast, but doesn't have any defense. That's why he's there. We have an interesting swap. Ready? We have an interesting placement. I'm going to do this. This is what we're doing. We're going... how do I do this? Okay, the next one, obviously... not obviously, but the next one will be Jumba. Then it's Genie. And now, what do you think? Or actually, this is wrong. I've messed up already. So, I'm taking a long time because I know a lot of people like Sully, and probably people are going to be like, oh my God. Do you know how many people say to me, Sully is the best character in the game? Oh my God, he's the best character. He's better than Buzz. I don't agree with him being better than Buzz. He's not better than Buzz. I'm sorry, but he's not. He doesn't have as much defense as Buzz, and he's not as easy to use as Buzz. He's heavier. He has better speed, but Buzz has a gosh darn rocket that launches him across the map. If you know how to use him, like, he's so much better. Not to mention, like, both of the characters, they have rush. They can both cut the corners. So if you've got a rush and you go around a corner, you can use rush to skip the acceleration back to your top speed. Buzz can do that, but he can do it better because he has his ability, which does the same thing. So he has two items that can cut these corners, whereas Sully just cannot. Sully has high top speed, but very, very low defense, which is why he's here. But I'm sorry, but if you think Sully is the best character, I have to tell you that Jumba's better than him. Jumba has more shields and can beat a Sully. Genie has more shields. Shielding is basically what you need in this game. And then what we're going to do is... You're probably thinking, what the hell is this? How are all these characters... How are all these characters better than Buzz? So... I can't even talk about it. It's so mind-boggling. I don't have words, basically. These three characters are broken. They are so broken. They probably need their own tier. I should make their own tier for them. I don't know if anybody's... I can't speak. I've got to slow down. They're broken. They need nerfs. All three of them need nerfs. They are disgusting. They are literally gods amongst mortals. Hans got a buff, Jasmine got a buff, and Ariel got released in this state. If these two weren't as strong, it'd be okay because we'd get a nerf to Ariel eventually. But these two need to have their buffs reverted because they're so broken. So let's talk about it. Hans was here. He has high top speed and invisibility. The invisibility sucked. He was basically worse than Sully. Now the invisibility has turned into invulnerability and he has more top speed, which essentially makes him better than Sully. He has fastest top speed than Sully. So if that doesn't prove that Sully sucks, then there you go. He's a common racer, not to mention. He's an epic, common, faster top speed, invulnerability, invisibility sometimes when it works. He's better. He's disgusting. He is so broken. He needs a nerf. He needs a lot of that nerfed. Jasmine got a buff. I don't know why Jasmine got a buff. She was in the A tier. She was fine. But I think they buffed Hans and Jasmine for the free-to-play people. That's what my friends have told me. And it's a very good theory. It's a very good conspiracy theory. I like it. If people are having fun, if free-to-play people are having fun this season, then it was a good change. But it doesn't mean it should stay because this is not good. The amount of Hanses, Jasmines, and Ariels that you find in a match is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. It is littered. The online matches are littered with these three characters. She is immortal. She has a tiger. She can have two tigers. She can stack her abilities like Ana. She can have one tiger that gives her invulnerability and one tiger that's giving her boost. She's insane. She's faster than friggin' Buzz. She could be faster than Buzz, honestly. She could be faster than any of these characters. That's how stupid she is. She needs a nerf. But then we have Ariel. Ariel is the best character in this game. You could potentially argue that Jasmine and Hans are here. You could rearrange all these, to be honest. But you cannot tell me that Ariel is worse than Buzz. And I'll tell you why. Actually, there's a lot of things that people don't know about Buzz. Buzz got a shadow nerf this patch. There was a mid-season patch where they adjusted... they adjusted the physics on the Little Mermaid map. They basically patched an exploit, which was basically a hopping exploit. They've basically patched Buzz as well at the same time. They didn't mention it, but now you can no longer hop with Buzz. After your ability has ended, after it's finished pushing you, you go back to regular speed. You cannot extend it with hopping anymore. So that's what they've done. And it's a good change, but he's still broken, but it's a good change. They needed to do it. With that change, Ariel is just 10 times, not 10 times. She's like 2 times. Ariel can get more top speed than a Buzz at 4 charges. You get 4 of her artifacts. She's the best character in the game. And I honestly thought she was going to be worse than Wally. In the last video, I was like, oh yeah, she's worse than Wally. You know, why would you want her ability when she's worse than Wally? And let's be real. Her ability is kind of a little bit worse than Wally in terms of getting your boost. Because Wally can just get free boosts. Ariel cannot. Ariel, you have to get the artifacts first, or the whatever it's called, the relics. But here's the thing, you don't need to use the boost. You don't need to use the boost. You can use the boost at the end. She gets way too much top speed just by having 4 charges. She's disgusting. She's so freaking strong. She's the best character in the game and you see her everywhere. She's everywhere and she's a defender too, so maybe she should be a speedster. I think she should be a speedster and Eric should be a defender. If you swap them around, that'll slightly nerf her, but even then she's busted. Anyway, that is the tier list at the moment, but now to get to the juicy details that I'm sure you all want to hear. So obviously, like, the biggest changes so far have been Ariel, Jasmine, Hans, even stuff like, you know, Kristoff and Elsa. I've moved what's her name up, Randall, Oswald and Wally have gone up, Beast, Gantu have gone up. I've put gosh darn what's his name over gosh darn. I've put King Triton over Eric. Figment has moved up. Figment is insane. If you don't get on this Figment potential, I guarantee you, you do need crew members, but he is so fun. He is so fun. You can see his potential in the earlier ranks. You will reach a limit without crew members, but you can definitely test out his potential with his ability. And yeah, look, Mike sucks. I hate him. I'm sorry. If you think Mike is B tier, that's fine. He just sucks. I hate him. Hortensia should be down here, but I think once she gets fixed, she'll be here. Yeah, Minnie sucks. Lilo sucks. Let's get to 2 very interesting characters. Let's do it. So where do you think Eve should go? You decide where Eve should go on this tier list, and I will do Ursula while we wait. I have gotten Ursula. I have pulled 33 credits from her box, and I have gotten 30 shards. I'll be getting a 4-star Ursula soon, once she has her time-limited event, and we'll be able to test her more. But I guarantee you, at level 35, she's better than Sully. She is better than Sully at 35. Oh, I mean at 35, but she's disgusting. She has infinite top speed. I'm telling you right now, she is a heavy character with top speed, equivalent to all these characters basically, but it's infinite. If you give her Scuttle, at a 3-star Scuttle, she has infinite boost. You have infinite boost. You eventually reach a point where you don't have shields, and that's why she's similar to Sully, and I cannot put her any higher. But infinite boost is better than Sully's boost. Sully doesn't technically have infinite boost. Ursula does. And not only that, she can get 2 bars of it. If you use the cloak in the beginning of the race and you get your ability when you're in cloak, or even just after you get cloak, if you use your ability, you can get 2 bars. You can be hitting people around you, get 2 bars of boost, and that puts you'll have infinite boost for the rest of the race as a top speed character. And that's not even including if someone's in front of you for some reason and you need to slow them down with your eels. You know, you've always got them if need be. Although I do think she needs a slight buff with her eels because they're not as effective as they should be. But she's disgusting. She is really, really strong. I cannot put her any higher though because of her lack of defense. That's the issue with these 3 characters, is their lack of defense. Every single person here has defense, but I cannot put her any higher, but I think she's better than Sully. She is insane. She's insane. Now, we're going to end the video here soon, but I just want to quickly put Eve somewhere. Where do you think Eve should go? She sucks. I'm telling you right now, she sucks. Eve sucks. She's got low top speed. She's a brawler. No, she's a defender. She has brawler abilities. She has no way to get more speed. She's like Hortensia, Daisy, Minnie. She's a low top speed character with no way to get more speed, and her abilities are literally worse than Olaf and Stitch. Olaf and Stitch, look at them, they're actually right next to each other. They have throwing, they have projectile abilities, I should say. Eve has projectile abilities and they suck. They suck. They're really, really bad. Eve sucks. I'm sorry, guys. I think Eve sucks. I really, really do. I cannot put her higher than this. I think she's just that bad. She needs a buff in some way. That's my tier list, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, though. Tell me if you agree. Tell me what you think. You know, maybe after this video, someone will say, "Hey, that's actually not correct. Maybe this and this should be like this," and I'll be like, "Oh my god, you're correct." So this is what I think at this current moment. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to know. But this is definitely the tier list. I'm going to have to. Oh, well, no, I'm not going to have to. I'm going to make a tier. I'm going to make a video where we talk about nerfs and buffs. I think these two tiers, C and D, should get some buffs. I think a couple of characters in here could get buffs as well. But yeah, this is my tier list at the moment. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you agree, if you don't agree. Yeah, give me your thoughts. You know, you might put Jesse there or something. You know, who knows? Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have fun with your races. I hope the rest of the season goes well for you. And yeah, I hope your Elsa and Eve races go well. Hopefully you like the characters, or, you know. I wish us all the best. Ciao, ciao, meow. See you next time. Thank you so much.